I hope you're all well. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. It's where I talk about twin flame process. These videos are going to be short videos just with a few cards for each sign for the month of December. I just wanted to do an intro. Just first of all say that you can contact me through my website. The description box below has all the details of how to do that. So if you wanted to get a personal reading or have a session, that's how you go about doing that. And also to say that I am going to be closing for Christmas period. So I won't be doing any readings between the 20th of December and the 3rd of January. And I can't be booking people in during that period either. So if you wanted to book something for December or for January, you would get back to me by, say, the 15th of December, because then I have time to book you in before I go completely offline and distance myself from email and don't look at my email again on the 20th of December until the 3rd of January. That is this Star Soul Tarot email, which I don't want to have to look at over Christmas. All right, so I just wanted to add that in. And I'm just going to, before I start with the monthlies, I think, will it be on every video? It will be on every video, and then it has to be on every video, so that's a good thing. Good. All right, so I just want to pull like 3 cards to give an overview of the month, because we've got this great big moon coming on the 4th of December, which is, I think it's super moon, and it's eclipse, and it's in the last of the row of eclipses or something like that. It's also in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is really representative of the galactic centre and higher consciousness, but in a very structured way. It is a mental, it's a mental energy, but it's also really, it's really thorough, right? It's like, it's kind of grounded. It's a grounded mental energy. So it's higher consciousness grounded into physical form through what is through Sagittarius, what Sagittarius represents actually, and in the tarot that is the Hierophant. So, and the Hierophant is the man of book learning and teaching and all that kind of stuff. But he's also very grounded. He's not like the hermit who's in a cave, just detached from reality and people and receiving wisdom that way. He learns from books and he learns from the human structure. So it's kind of like having a new moon in Sagittarius is a bit like having just brand new energy delivered to Earth, I would say, which is available to everybody in a very structured way, in a way that everybody can understand and appreciate and access. So it's not like some kind of ethereal new beginning that you get with this moon. It's more of a kind of like, it's a very strong energy of resilient energy, of kind of like matter of fact energy, of like making things manifest through kind of like the compliance of being in a human form whilst also attached to higher self, right? So it's a very real new beginning, basically, we're going to have, like real, like full on. It's not dramatic. It's more kind of like clarity, galactic center, right? It's more kind of like functional. How do I put it? It's more kind of like definite, right? Definite new beginnings. It's kind of like people saying things that they should have said for a long time, without any fear of saying it, from a very like human perspective, that kind of stuff. So it's a really important moon, I feel, right at the beginning of December as well. So everything from in the rest of December is kind of lead from that energy of whatever it is that comes into your life because of that. And it's also very masculine as well, so it's going to really apply to men basically, or those working from the masculine energy as well. Women, some very masculine women, that those are the people that are going to be receiving this, because it is galactic center, which means crown chakra, which means received wisdom from source, but believing it's not from source a lot of the time, believing that I've just realized, not like, oh, spirit just spoke to me, which is a different kind of understanding of receiving, right? It's more of a masculine way of receiving it. And with the masculine, it's egoic, right? So the masculine has to think that they thought it. And that's the thing about the masculine. It's like they think that they decided that or they thought that because they're working with ego. So it's very much like they're going to receive masculine energy in human form, going to receive sudden impulse from source, guidance they're going to think, oh, I've just realised I've got to do this, or say this to this person, or that kind of thing is what it's going to be. So and it'll lead on for the whole month, right? Because it's open-ended from there, because it is the final of eclipses, final. So that's it. We're done with those leading up to this, and then we move into that whatever comes from it. Let's get a few cards out. 3, maybe 4. I don't know. Let's see. Go with the flow, eh? Right. Queen of Swords, brain. This is interesting. Let me just get the others out. Okay. 6 of Pentacles, reaching out. That's making contact in the physical world. This is for twin flames. This is what's going to be. Healing. Knight of Pentacles, which is healing energy. Physical healing, but it's not about healing the physical body. It's about healing the mind. It's about being in a human body, right, and then healing the mind. What is healing the mind? It's not thinking. Setting oneself apart from one's thoughts, not attaching to thoughts. There's that saying, I think, therefore I am. No, actually, you're energetic, therefore you are. You only think when you're here. You're not always here. You're not always human. You're primarily vibration. You're primarily energy. You're guided by that vibration. That is your guide, right? So you don't think, therefore you am. The detachment from thought allows your guidance to take you where you need to go, in terms of like leading you to how to feel and how to materialize things into physical form, right? From that feeling. It's a detachment of thought. So, and that's really interesting, because when they're talking about this Hierophant, and it's a representation of Sagittarius, and it's a new moon, and it's a masculine, right? And it's a coming down from source through the crown chakra into the head, giving information to the masculine. Twin flames connected. They're connected on every level. They're connected through the physical body. Same things going on in the physical body a lot of the time. They're connected, and also because the chakras, the whole energetic system can be felt through the physical body, so that as well. They're also connected through the emotions and emotionally, and they're connected through the mind. And it's not just telepathy, but it's the fact that they operate in tandem, right? The whole function of twin flames is clearing the ego and moving into a level of higher consciousness as you exist in that in physical form. Very similar to what they're saying about everybody receiving at this new moon, right? It's the same thing. Higher consciousness coming into physical form. But with twin flames, it's the feminine that creates, right? The feminine creates the impulse in the mind, right? Which is why with all the stuff that we're taught with this, is that the feminine has to clear the spectrum of the ego. So that is a functional work that you act in as you are alive, right? So it's coming into awareness of what is thought, what is harmful thought, what is beneficial thought, what are the beneficial ways of thinking, what is worry, how do I worry in my head? Is worry merely being concerned with something, Yes, it is, basically. If you're concerned with anything in a way that does not feel good through your thought, then you are in worry, right? So the feminine is guided to create a new principle inside herself of the way that she thinks, she's attached to the masculine, or she or he is attached to the masculine in the other person, in the other twin, on a mental level. The feminine clearing that through the brain clears it in the masculine as well. That's how you both come to the end of the whole story, the whole journey, the whole process, because connection through the mind has to be cleared by the feminine. So, so we got that there, right? Queen of Swords, the mind of the feminine. That's what the healing is. It's the clearing of the ego in physical form. Of course, you've got to have an ego. I'm not going to discuss like whether we should have an ego or not. It's the worry, right? And it's the fear, and it's the finding things wrong with everything in the present moment. That's what we don't want. That's what the ego is. That's when the ego is in control of your experience, right? So, and that's, you don't, it's got to be guidance that's in control. This two people coming back together after a long separation is about vibration getting them there, not the mind. Resistance in the mind. 7 of Wands, resistance. 4 of Pentacles, now moment. Clearing resistance in the now moment. How do you do that? You stop thinking. Right? You don't stop thinking. So it's what people tend to do is they go, oh yes, I know, I'm going to stop thinking, and then they immediately start thinking again about things that it's not beneficial to think about. Or they say, well, yeah, I know that, but I've got to think about this because it's really, really worrying. So let me just think about this for another 7 days because it's really worrying, and then I'm going to find something else that I can focus on and worry about. But I know I shouldn't. Right, so that's resistance, right? So letting go of the mind, now moment, clears everything. Everything hinges on the now moment. So this moon, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to let Source do its job, basically. Detach on that moon. 4 Pentacles, now moment, particularly on that moon, 4 December. Detach from the ego, 2 of Swords, manifestation, magician. I think that's it. So that's what I've got to say about this moon. Anything else? And there we've got that person reaching out. So for those of you who are focused on reunion as the reason for the twin flame experience, right, and the inevitable outcome of the twin flame experience, you'll have whatever inevitable outcome you believe in because you're creating as you go along in your life. If you don't believe in it, well, you wouldn't have it. But you've got to, and you believe in it, you'll have it, right? So, what was I going to say? But you've got to let go of it to manifest it. Because hanging on to it and wanting it and looking at it not being there is a block to receiving it. Do you get it? There, King of Pentacles. Man-made manifest. So yes, that's what I'm going to say then about this moon. It's a time to detach from your thoughts, basically. And, maybe it's going to be a time to learn to do that for once and for all, right, on this moon. Maybe it's also going to be, what was I going to say, like automatic for some people, that it will just happen. And it will just happen. And as they said, it's the feminine, the mind, it works through the creation of what goes on in the feminine mind. It's not what you think about, it's how you think, right? And that creates the clarity. And then we've got this massive moon that is about, again, about the mind and about what comes through the mind of the masculine. So it could be a clearing point and it could bring reunion. But you're here to learn to detach from your thoughts unless you come into... unless you take on that work and you take on that responsibility and you learn to operate from a sense of no fear and no worry and not being in alignment constantly with fear and worry, then you won't bring in your own reunion, right? That's the name of the game. You bring in your own reunion by detaching from fear and worry, because it's the fear and worry in you that's the fear and the worry in the masculine. It's the same thing. Because you've got connection through the mind. So if you are fearing and worrying, not only will you not come into reunion, but they will also be fearing and worrying. And you will both be fearing and worrying forever. Resistance. So you've got to stop it, and then they'll stop it, and then you have your inevitable reunion. Right. Oh, right, I'm going now. Lots of love. See you next time. Bye. Earth sign readings for December 2021. I'm going to start with Capricorn. So let's see what Capricorn needs to know. For this month. Capricorn. They just said to me it's payday, so let's see what that is about. It's payday for Capricorns. It's going to be payday at some point, isn't it? I don't think that's what they mean. Let's see, Capricorn. Ending, shifting, Tower. Something shifting into reality, they just said. Which means something shifting into the third dimension. So something coming from energy, something coming from your vibration, something manifesting into physical reality. Something coming into form. Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior. Some of you are going to be hearing from somebody you haven't seen for a very long time. Not necessarily twin flame, but still somebody you've not seen for a very long time, they're saying. It's going to change things. It might throw a spanner in the works. I feel actually, Capricorn, some of you might be involved with somebody that it's not to your liking at the moment, and maybe it's been like that for a while. So it's gone downhill. The relationship has gone downhill, and you're starting to feel like, I don't know about this. And someone's coming back from your past, and you're going to be like, oh, now I remember how I really felt when I felt something really good about being with somebody, right? That's how it feels. So it's going to change things. Don't know if it means you're going to end up with a person that's coming back. It might change things with the person that you're with. Maybe it will shift them into upping their game. Maybe they got complacent. Higher Self, High Priestess. And success in vibration. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's definitely like a twin flame thing. It could be soulmate thing, something like that. But something coming from you feeling like you've, how can I put it? Not like you're missing it, because things don't turn up if you're missing them, but maybe from feeling like, that feeling that you can get about something like that was a really good time of my life. I loved that about my life. I loved that about that person and being with that person. That's when you feel like that about something, but you also have let go of them. So it's not like, I wish they'd come back. There's none of that. It's just like, I loved that. That was great. We had such fun. That's when they come back, because that's feeling love, right? And it's bringing it back in your vibration, basically. So I feel like there's something like that for some Capricorns that's going to come in. Somebody that you're going to be happy to hear from as well. Somebody it's like all the past deleted between you. Like it's going to make you feel like you're in a better place. So it feels like maybe this person parted ways, and it seemed like they were on the up and you were on the down. And then how it's going to come back in is you'll be on the up and they might be a little bit on the down. Well, they're coming back. So I imagine they will be on the down, because otherwise they wouldn't come back if their life was fine, right? It's like you're the answer, so that's why they're coming back. They want to be around you. They want to be near you. They want to feel what it is that you generated inside of them, right? That made them feel whatever it is that they're coming back for. Something might be love. It might be comfort. It might be maybe you used to give them praise. Maybe you used to make them feel good about themselves. Maybe you worshipped them and they didn't really give you what you needed. But it feels like it's going to come back the other way around now. Let's see. Get one more out on this. It's going to put a stop, can I just say, here in this tower. You see the man falling out the window. So I really do think this is for people that are in connection already with someone. See him falling out the window. It's going to put someone out. Like I said, I don't know if it'll be permanently. Like, I don't know if a relationship will fully break up because somebody comes back. But whoever it is that you're with currently is going to get a real good kick in the arse from this person coming back. They're going to see a different side of you. They're going to feel things they haven't felt before. They have less power maybe than they thought they had over you. Three of Swords, three people, you see. Three people, pain, heartbreak. So, but it's not going to be your heartbreak. I'm pretty sure of that, because we've got two. This is two of the other sex, the other gender or sex or gender assignment or whatever it is that you want to call it. This is you. You're only one of you, two of the other. Right, so this is where the pain is. It's because of you. It's not you that's going to feel it. It's because of you. This one's going to feel it. This one's going to feels like he's getting kicked out of bed. This one feels like he wants to get in bed, or she, right? So that is what I've got for Capricorn. So it's looking like an exciting month in some ways, maybe a little bit dramatic. But then it's Christmas, so why not? Okay, sometimes a bit of drama can be good fun, right? Especially if you've not had good fun for a long time. Okay. Who are we looking at next? We're looking at Capricorn, then we're going on to Taurus. Taurus. Go with the flow, the Queen of Cups. The Sun. This is good energy, right? Everything good. Ten of Wands. This is expansion. Can bring about endings. Can bring about complete shifts in terms of your reality. Things shifting in your vibration. Possibilities, opportunities coming in. Go with the flow. Good things. Feels open-ended, right? Go with the flow with state. It's open-ended, so it's like don't tie yourself down to the first thing that comes along, or don't accept the first offer. It's like stay open, because it looks like you're going to get multiple opportunities, multiple offers that are going to come. Brand new journey, the Fool, right? This feels like New Year, actually. The Fool, right? So I would just say whatever it is that comes along, whatever offers and opportunities that you're presented with this month, they're not going to stop coming, basically. Look, good, the Sun. Go with the flow, and here they come. So all you have to do is let them keep coming, right? You can decide later what it is you want. Don't snatch at the first thing that comes along, thinking it'll be the only thing, basically. We could be looking at job offers, people. We could be looking at all sorts of things, gifts, all sorts of gifts that have been residing in your vibration that are going to manifest into reality. Stay open. Don't sign yourself off to things. Also, just stay, it feels like stay quiet. If something arrives through the post that is that you didn't know you were going to get, just don't do anything about it. Just like put it over the other side of the room and leave it there. See if anybody claims it. It's that kind of thing, right? It's like don't go jumping up and trying to take action on things that are not yours to deal with. Destiny brings you everything, right? So 3 cases of wine, for example, things like that. Queen of Swords. Yes, so maybe some of you are going to get 3 things coming in. Queen of Swords, your mind. Opportunities abound, they just said. Yeah, she's very Queen of Swords, right? She's really precise, really clear. Right, she doesn't jump on things. She doesn't act fast. She contemplates, but in her, in her mind, she lets it all just sit there until she's ready to decide. Not deciding because other people want it, or you think other people want it. Just when you're ready, quietly composed, until the moment of till you're ready to pounce, basically. And there we go. And then you will pounce in the new year on whatever it is that you decided you want. I feel that's it for Taurus. Okay, so it might be an unusual place for you to be because it's very mental energy, but that's all right. Everything's can be unusual, but a new way of operating in terms of like being more kind of go with the flow doesn't mean go running into things. It means actually holding back from things and staying somewhat detached and allowing things to just like it's like the parting of the Red Sea, it will part if you just like believe it will, kind of a thing. So and when things start showing up vibrationally, which that is, what you get first of all is not as much as you get eventually, right? So you could get one offer and then another 4 weeks later you get an even better offer, that kind of thing, because it just carries on and on and on. So I would say don't act till the new year on anything that you get offered to you, things like that. Stay open. Okay, and the next one, Virgo. So what I've got for Virgo for December 2021. Page of Pentacles, form showing up. Page is number 1. It's physical because it's Pentacles, which is physical, and it's the form. That's why it's number 1. Form, new things, brand new things. 5 of Cups, which is we had this before earlier on for somebody, so I won't go into it that much. It's just what is what you can't see, love that you can't see that still exists, basically. The form of that showing up. But this is really about what you love. So you can get form showing up, manifesting of everything. So it can be sometimes things that you need, You wouldn't say you love them, would you? You might need a new kettle, but you wouldn't say you loved one, really. I mean, you've got to love everything. You've got to love it all, but it's not like a big time thing, is it? But love is love, is love, is love, is love, right? So that means we're talking about heart love, like heartbreaking, like astronomical kind of love, like the big love, the biggest love there is, the one. Okay, the form of the one showing up. Oh, destiny, judgment day, when all the souls are answered to the call, right? So it's very fitting that this is the last reading that I'm doing in the whole group of all the signs, because not only am I Virgo, but also it's the last reading of the year, basically, that I'll be doing of a general reading, and it's really representative of actually the end of the process, of the twin flame process, which is the destiny. All souls answering to the call, right? Well, with twin flame, the call is to be with the one, right? That's the last call, last orders, right? That's it. And that form showing up is that. But it's after everything else has shown up, basically. Everything that you came here for, right? So that's the clarity that has to be understood, because you come here for a lot of things, and you come here to complete a whole process from just within yourself. And the very last thing is another person. That's a representation of that one love inside yourself, which is the loving of self, basically. And only then can you be with the other that will love you in the way that you've learned to love yourself, right? That is the representation of that love that you have for yourself. That's the final destiny. I'm going to get one more out on this. Let's just see. Creating, 3 of Pentacles, creating in the physical. So again, it's form in the physical. It's a 3. 3 is creation, physical, pentacles, something coming into creation. Yeah. I would just say quite interestingly as well that you can see the 2 pentacles at the top, which are form, right, that are more solid than the one that he's holding up. It's like he's adding to the 2 that exist. Well, in twin flame, you've got 2 people existing. Right, it's a triad as well. It's a trinity, twin flame. So it's the masculine and the feminine, and as a representation on earth of source, right? Experiencing source love. The completion, the oneness, it's like where he's adding that final pentacle to that this understanding, right? It's the one pentacle, oneness. So I'll just leave it at that for Virgos. It feels like a very how does it feel? It feels like you're still creating as you go along. Should we say that? Because this one's still got to add in there. We've got the form, we've got love, and we've got destiny and judgment day, which will come, but you're still creating. So perhaps this represents actually as well, you creating through the month of December. What is this destiny that's going to come? So we could be looking here at something right at the end of December, I feel, for Virgos coming in. That's a representation of that oneness that is source love. And in form, Page of Pentacles also represents letters and communications, messages. Yeah, all right. So I'm going to leave it there for Virgo. Is that all of them? Yeah, that's all of them, right? So, like I said, for everybody else, I'm available to do reading sessions, and all my details are in the description box below. I've got a website which you can read about what I do, and then you can book through there. And that's the best way to go about it, really, so that I don't, so it doesn't get all confused through just emailing back and forth, which it can do sometimes. Also takes a lot of energy emailing back and forth constantly. So, right, that's it. Lots of love. Take care. Bye.